not only from the fact it's in a way exploiting them. Secondly, I can't imagine that Prince Harry was particularly pleased about it. And in the longer run,
Imagine the scene. Tyler Perry, the billionaire Hollywood mogul, the man who once swooped in like a guardian angel, giving Harry and Meghan shelter in his Beverly Hills mansion when the royal family coldly turned its back on them. He was their lifeline, their Hollywood savior. But now, that very same man is demanding one thing, loud and clear: pay back my money. Yes, you heard that right. The headline is shaking Hollywood and Montecito to its core. Reports say Perry loaned the Sussexes an eye-watering $16 million, cash that kept their mansion dream alive, secured their protection when Britain cut them off, and bankrolled the lifestyle they so proudly paraded. But now Perry's patience has run dry. He wants it back. For a couple that branded themselves as financially independent royals, this isn't just a scandal. It's a public humiliation of the highest order. Their carefully crafted narrative collapsing before our eyes. Let's rewind. When Harry and Meghan left royal life in 2020, they made a bold claim: no more royal money, no more crown purse. They said they were going to stand on their own 2 feet. But insiders now reveal what really went down. It wasn't Netflix or Spotify that carried them through those early days. It was Perry. He stepped in with millions, funding their Montecito estate, paying for private security after UK protection ended, and covering the costs of their lavish lifestyle while they went chasing those big Hollywood deals. Problem? Those deals didn't deliver the jackpot they expected. Netflix's With Love, Meghan flopped. Spotify pulled the plug on their podcast after just 1 season. And now the fairy tale godfather is knocking on the door with the bill in his hand.
of course, the children will at some stage grow up. And I don't know how pleased they're going to be to find that they've been used in this particular way. It's always the back of their heads or their face with a heart over it or something like that.
Meghan flopped. Spotify killed their podcast deal after 1 series. And Tyler Perry? Once their fairy godfather, now reportedly demanding his $16 million back. No freebies, no more handouts, no Hollywood charity, just cold, hard repayment. And let's not forget, this is Tyler Perry, not just some celebrity friend. He's a billionaire mogul with a $1 billion media empire. His demand isn't just about money, it's about reputation, principle, and respect. Sources whisper to Variety that Perry has one mantra: a loan is a loan. Even royals don't get a free pass. That quote alone cuts deep because it exposes the ugly truth. The Sussexes' image as self-made philanthropists is cracking under the weight of private financial dependency. Why is Perry suddenly pushing? Simple. The Sussex brand is bleeding. Netflix paid them a jaw-dropping $100 million back in 2020, but after Meghan's show tanked, insiders say their future projects are shaky at best. Spotify, gone. And in corporate Hollywood, when your brand starts losing shine, demanding repayment isn't personal, it's business. Meanwhile, their $14.7 million Montecito estate bleeds millions a year in staffing, security, and upkeep, and the perception is brutal.
And they're going to wake up at a certain point and say, why is this happening? Why did we not meet our grandfathers? And neither of them.
Private jets while preaching climate change, lavish mansions while talking philanthropy, loans from billionaires while screaming independence. The contradictions are impossible to ignore. Tyler Perry's demand has blown the lid off what critics have been saying all along. Harry and Meghan's glossy independence narrative was just smoke and mirrors. For years, they painted themselves as victims of royal cruelty, but this story flips the script. Victims? Hardly. They're celebrity elites living on borrowed wealth. Not self-made, not independent, just funded by Hollywood insiders who now want their cutback. One GB News commentator put it bluntly: independence means paying your own bills. Clearly, Harry and Meghan didn't get the memo. And now that Tyler Perry is leading the charge, the entitlement narrative is unraveling faster than ever. Hollywood once celebrated them. A-listers rubbing shoulders at the Oscars, a Netflix mega deal, Spotify contracts, glossy Vogue covers, Oprah specials, charity galas. They were the shiny new power couple. But now, invitations are vanishing quicker than Meghan's Netflix ratings. PR insiders whisper that brands are nervous. Nobody wants drama. And in Hollywood, reputation is currency. A power couple drowning in controversy isn't an asset, it's a liability.
Why did we meet our cousins back in England who seem to have rather an interesting role in life? I think it's going to backfire rather badly. I don't think the royal family take any notice of it at all, quite honestly, I think.
And here's the kicker. Hollywood doesn't want to be associated with lawsuits, failed projects, and billionaires chasing them down for repayment. If Perry, of all people known for his loyalty, feels stiffed, every Hollywood heavyweight is now wondering, if they can't pay back Tyler Perry, what would they do to us? That thought alone is poison. It's career suicide in a business built entirely on relationships and trust. First, Spotify branded them grifters behind the scenes. Then Netflix quietly scaled back interest after Meghan's project bombed. Now sponsors and corporations are hesitating to tie their names to the Sussex circus. Why? Because companies despise instability. They want predictable partners, not walking PR disasters. One entertainment lawyer even explained it perfectly.
Netflix, so excited.
I mean, sometimes you know you have a gem in your life. And writing this one 26 years ago, I mean, did you always know there was something about it? Because sometimes you write something and you put it away, you say that's actually not up to par.
Yeah, no.
A repayment demand from Tyler Perry screams all the wrong things. Money troubles, broken promises, potential legal fallout, and no corporation in its right mind wants to fund chaos. Yet chaos is exactly what Harry and Meghan have turned their brand into. One week it's lawsuits against the press, the next week it's royal tell-alls, and now it's billionaires knocking for repayment. That's not a brand. That's a storm no one wants to sail into. And this isn't just embarrassment, it's potentially catastrophic. If Perry's loan was official, there are contracts. Contracts with repayment clauses, penalties, interest. If the Sussexes refuse, it could blow wide open in court. Imagine the headlines. Duke and Duchess face court showdown over $16 million debt. Legal experts warn that a fight like that could expose their entire financial reality. Private accounts, business dealings, spending habits. The world would finally see how fast Harry and Meghan burn through money.
I knew it was special. I just had to wait for the right time. I was trying to build a career, build the studio, build the brand, and build all of those things so I can get to the labor of love that this is.
Do you feel like that?
And picture this. If the details of Harry and Meghan's financial mess go public, Montecito could become their ultimate undoing. That glamorous image of them as independent philanthropists would be shattered. Because independence isn't about talking empowerment at fancy galas, it's about paying your own bills. Not borrowing $16 million from Hollywood friends while jetting around the world and lecturing everyone about climate change. And oh, the internet hasn't been kind. Online reactions? Brutal. Even their loyal fans are starting to turn on them. First Netflix flops, then Spotify brands them grifters. Now Tyler Perry's chasing them for his cash. People are starting to see them as a joke. How do you fall from royal luxury, one former supporter tweeted, to begging your Hollywood friend for $16 million? Polls show Harry's UK approval ratings scraping record lows. Meghan's? Even worse. And now the sympathy that once carried them in America is cracking too. People are exhausted by the contradictions. Private jets while crying victimhood, mega mansions alongside sob stories, billionaire loans while parading financial independence. This isn't rebellion anymore. It's reality TV drama, and the audience is losing interest fast.
Thought about it. I wanted to cast myself and Will Smith and Diana Ross and Halle Berry. I had this great cast in my. Well, later on, I talked to Miss Ross once or twice about it, but timing never worked out. So no, I couldn't have. I imagined great things, but nothing to this degree.
Because here's the truth. This Perry repayment saga is more than money. It's symbolic. It screams of everything falling apart at once. Hollywood alliances drying up, corporate sponsors backing away, even old friends washing their hands of them. Brand analysts are sounding alarms. If Harry and Meghan can't pay back a billionaire who literally housed them when they were stranded, how could any brand trust them with multi-million-dollar deals? Trust is the only currency in Hollywood. Once you lose it, you don't get it back. And Perry's message couldn't be clearer. Pay up or face the fallout. And for Harry and Meghan, the fallout might be bigger than financial. It could be the death of their entire brand. The royal rebels turned Netflix stars are now being rebranded as Hollywood liabilities. Look at where they stand. A billionaire benefactor demands his $16 million. Hollywood insiders are whispering. Corporations are pulling away. The public is mocking. And the fairy tale couple who swore they'd reinvent royal life? They're staring down headlines no PR team can spin. So the big question now, have they hit rock bottom? Because this isn't just another headline scandal. This is the kind of financial, legal, and reputational disaster that kills careers. Hollywood forgives scandals. It forgives messy divorces, cheating scandals, even prison time. But one thing it never forgives, becoming a liability. And right now, Harry and Meghan are talking liabilities. A $16 million liability. And that's not all. Whispers are starting to leak. Tyler Perry might just be the tip of the iceberg. People close to the Sussex circle are whispering about other debts, strained friendships, deals that haven't paid out what they promised. Netflix still hasn't confirmed a second season of Harry and Meghan. Spotify's done with them. Publishers are apparently nervous about Harry's next memoir delivering less than expected. And Perry's demand? It might open the floodgates. If one billionaire goes public, who's next? Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the royal family is watching, arms folded. Sources claim King Charles and Prince William have zero intention of swooping in to save Harry, financially or otherwise. They warned him. He walked away, and now it's his mess to deal with. That Montecito dream life they've clung to, it's looking shakier by the day, and the storm clouds are rolling in. Lawsuits are rumored, brands are walking, friendships crumbling, and all that's left is the question: will Harry and Meghan finally face the reality they've run from since 2020? That the world doesn't owe them a safety net. Because when the money dries up and the spotlight dims, all that's left is truth. And that truth, it might hit harder and faster than they ever imagined. So here's the cliffhanger. Tyler Perry wants his $16 million. Hollywood is over the drama, the brands are gone, the fans are tired, and the royals? Silent, watching, maybe even smirking. The Sussex fairy tale is unraveling in real time. And the world is asking, is this the final chapter of Harry and Meghan's Hollywood dream? Or just the messy, humiliating beginning of their downfall? Beginning of their